Fellow Ugandans, today I speak not as a politician, not as any other person in any kind of rank, not as a partisan voice, and not as an enemy to anyone, but as a concerned citizen who loves this country enough to tell it the truth. And let me begin by saying this. Uganda has reached a moment where silence is no longer innocence. We either speak now or we watch our nation drift into a future built on fear, suspicion, and broken trust. To the government of Uganda, I speak with respect but also with clarity. Power is a responsibility, not a weapon. Authority is a service, not a shield for impunity. And leadership is a covenant with the people, not a throne above them. Therefore, hear this truth. A nation does not collapse when enemies attack. It collapses when leaders refuse accountability. It collapses when citizens are treated as obstacles instead of partners. It collapses when truth becomes costly and lies becomes convenient. And so, as the election approaches, let it be known that the strength of a government is not proven by how tightly it controls the people, but by how confidently it allows them to speak, choose, and participate without fear. No government loses legitimacy because people vote. Governments lose legitimacy when people are afraid to vote. Now, to anyone who uses power unjustly, whether through intimidation, violence, manipulation, or silent complicity, I offer this warning with a heavy but truthful heart. Oppression is a curse disguised as authority. It consumes the oppressor long before it breaks the oppressed. It creates victories that rot and security that crumbles the moment truth knocks on the door. You may silence a person now, but you cannot silence a memory. You may control a moment, but you cannot control the verdict of history. Eventually, every nation writes its judgment on its own leaders, and Uganda will be no exception. At the same time, let me speak to the ordinary citizen, the one who bears the weight of survival, the one who awaits, who hope, and who endure. You are not powerless. You are not invisible. You are not forgotten. You may not control the system, but you control your conscience. And conscience is the birthplace of every revolution of dignity. Therefore, stand firm in your humanity. Do not allow fear to swallow your worth. Do not allow injustice to numb your voice. And do not allow anyone to convince you that your rights are privileges granted by power. They are your inheritance as a human being. Furthermore, to those who hold influence in temples, churches, mosques, and cultural institutions, your silence in a moment of injustice is not neutrality. It is a participation. A spiritual leader who fears power more than they fear the suffering of the people has forgotten the purpose of leadership. And to civil society, continue the work of defending truth, even when truth walks through fire. In addition, let the world understand stability at the price of citizens' dignity is not peace. It is quiet oppression. And quiet oppression always explodes eventually. Uganda deserves more than diplomatic silence and politically convenient partnership. Now, as Uganda approaches the election of 15th January 2026, let this prophetic message ring clearly. This election will not simply produce winners or losers. It will reveal who we have become as a nation. If fear rules this election, then the nation will step into the future limping. But if dignity prevails, Uganda will rise stronger than the storm of its past. Remember this. The ballot is not just a paper, it is a mirror. It shows what kind of country we choose to be. And so, to every Ugandan, to the powerful and the powerless, to the oppressor and the oppressed, to the hopeful and the afraid, hear this final truth. The future is listening, and it will remember what we choose today. If we choose fear, our children will inherit chains. If we choose silence, our grandchildren will inherit darkness. But if we choose courage, if even quietly, even trembling, even Uganda will remember us as the generation that refused to die in silence. Let this be a prophecy. Oppression will not last. Fear will not conquer, and truth, however delayed, will rise. Uganda, the choice is yours, and the world is watching.